Well, good morning. I've still got the sleep in my eyes. I haven't even had a shower or actually, I have actually. I've done my hair and I'm oh, excuse me. Just had a couple of coffees, some eggs on toast. So I'm a bit bloated. I've got to get some exercise. I ate a whole packet of Skittles and it's too much sugar. But yeah, I'm on the right track. Like my metabolism's good again, so I've just got to get exercising and I'll be able to burn the fats off. So once the fat's gone, I won't come back. So yeah, it's just all that medication I got put on stuffed me up, stuffed up my metabolism. I don't know why they make it like that. Why can't they make it so it doesn't affect your actual physical health? It just helps your mind or something. Anyway, those days are gone. I still got that pimple on my nose. Yeah, it's funny though. Like I gave the secret away to Roll Nose. It's about a duck, a duck, a duck quacking like that, and then you go, oh, you roll your nose. It stinks. So yeah, it's about farts. I gave it away. Farts and dicks. I thought, what can I make a movie about that's current and it's political, and it says something about the current state of the world. The crisis in Malaysia and roll nose. Yeah, like farts, dicks, and poo, rolling your nose up. And I've got a bit of a dick nose because I haven't had enough sex in my life to really groom myself. Because sex grooms men. It's what makes us look good. So that's why I look a bit frumpy, a bit shitty. But underneath it all, I'm quite a beautiful young man, really. And pride myself on that. That inside I'm beautiful, and on the outside I'm beautiful, but I'm just a little out of shape. I'm not groomed, but I know I say that a lot, but it's just something always on my mind. I want to meet a nice girl and have her love me and groom me nice and look sexy. And I had a sexy little body when I was young. I was very thin, but if I had met the right girl, I would have developed nice muscles and been tall and gangly and muscly and nice. Like a big gangly Ken doll. But I haven't met the girl yet that can transform me into the handsome prince. I say all this stuff online. I get all these people like Elon Musk and all these other people, and probably Prince King Charles, and probably hassling me, trying to disrupt my life, so I can't become the prince I am. But I think Elon's been stealing my AI voice and making up stuff, and they go out and they find people to pick on, and they torment you day and night and try and get information. They've been on my internet and hassling me, and probably hassle this video now, probably put AI versions of it to discredit me, and it's all fun and games to them, but to me it's breaking the law, really. So poo to them. But let people flourish and grow and become the person they are. I'm not trying to be something I'm not. I'm trying to become that person that I really am, so I'm halfway there, and that's not good enough at my age. I want to get fully there by the right stages in my life. And I'm caught back up a lot and where I should be. I'm studying electronics, I'm doing this and that, and doing television, and I'm doing all the stuff I should be. And I should be now, almost a Spielberg, doing my movies and doing all that sort of stuff. I suppose you're going to have something to write about. I've got a plethora of information to write about, and stories and characters and all that stuff. And I've got enough personality, charisma to act in it or direct. You've got to be a bit of an actor to direct, I think. You've got to understand the craft. So I understand all the behind the scenes stuff, cameras, lighting. I'm not that good on lighting. I understand lighting the way I see it aesthetically, but in terms of actual the technical ability to set up a lighting studio, I probably would sit there and go, I don't really know where to start. But after a few goes, I'd be all right. But and all the 3D CGI stuff, I'm not that clued up on. I understand the basics, green screens and chroma key, and I don't really know how they set up these bobbles on people and mapping. They're just mapping that in and then replacing it with imagery. I'm not too technically savvy on that. I haven't done enough of that, but it'll probably come fairly quickly, being quite a tech whiz and you know, into electronics, understanding how electronics work and modeling in 3D and stuff like that. But I'm not too fussed on it. I kind of just like the aesthetic of camera work and setting up good shots and almost doing a bit of spontaneity, a bit of what's it called? Improv is good, making up stuff on the spot and seeing how it works. Because I think in life we're given certain situations, and if we fit into them like a puzzle and we just make the best of it, you can almost slip out of that puzzle and make a new puzzle at the same time the other puzzle. So it's sort of like layering on concepts, and I'm good at that. And I get these people hassling me on Messenger for information, and they try and con you into believing there's someone else and getting all these conversations out of you, all these crafty conversations, and they're trying to make their AI better. And I understand they're under pressure to make their AI better. It's so important to steal all our voices and all our faces and all our artwork and everything and create this stupid bloody machine that spits shit out, like, where's the inventiveness? They're just trying to crush and kill the human being. It's their superpower, their stupid robots and crap, It's like, if they're doing it the right way, the legal way, and actually developing it the right way, and not just trying to steal everything, they're paying us for our time and effort, then we probably wouldn't be so upset, and we probably wouldn't crush their efforts either. So in the end, all their efforts will be crushed because they're illegal, they're stealing, and I'll have to give it all that back because they haven't paid us or compensated us for our time. So it's sad, but that's how the world works. You steal, you get it stolen back off you if you've taken it without asking. So that's why I always ask for things I have. I always do the right thing, and I always keep everything I have. So people think, oh, what's that matter? You're lonely, you're on your own, you're surrounded by crap. It's like, no, I'm in a comfortable, beautiful little unit. I've got all the things I probably need to flourish in here, and a beautiful big bed that I found, and nice big table, and all these gadgets and things I enjoy, and a nice kitchen, and a beautiful balcony, and it's just enough for a single guy. If I was married or had a partner, I'd probably stay here a little while then move out. But it's enough for me for now till I move on to the next stage. But and I deserve this. Other people don't get this much for that little effort. I made a big effort in a little way. Or a little effort in a big way. It's sort of like unnoticeable what I did. It's sort of like a thief in the night, as they call him, the good thief. The person that comes and takes everything, makes something better out of it for you. I'm like the elves and the shoemaker. I come in and I steal all your stuff, and I create something beautiful for you out of all the old crap. So I'm taking what's old and making new. I'm a good thief. So you might think, what's that? It's like someone that comes and steals your heart and gives you the world. It's like someone that takes what he needs to give you something better. So whereas these other people steal everything and they don't give anything much back. They just want it for themselves and very self-centered. Like, I don't enjoy AI. I don't like it. I don't like the way it is. I don't enjoy this invention they've made. I think it's cruel and it's rubbish, and to steal everyone's work and everything and create this crap, I don't like it. But I think there's better ways to create robots and technology than stealing. And people think, oh no, that's just business, you gotta, it's cutthroat. And yeah, I understand that, but it doesn't have to be that way. You've created the world this way that's it's not conducive to love, it's not conducive to fairness and all the good qualities that make the world really beautiful, a nice place to be. And I think it's a horrible bloody place. Some people just don't want to be here. They kill themselves and all sorts of horrible things. It shouldn't be that way. We should be able to really flourish on here as a beautiful sort of entity on Earth, and then move on to, say, Saturn or somewhere nicer. I don't think we should just be aiming the other way to destruction and destroying Earth and trying to move to Mars, and then, whatever they're trying to do. They're sort of going the other way they should be. I've got that mentality in our head that we live and die and destruct, and I think we live and we live and we live and we live. I think we live on. We can create a world that opens up doorways and dimensions, and this is the way we should be thinking, into possibilities, not the opposite, where we think there's nothing, no point to things, let's just go and destroy everything. And that's the way some people think. Oh, there's no point to life, it doesn't matter what we do, we can just wreck everything, and we'll go to Mars. That'll be really, really, insightful, won't it? To go to a desolate planet with nothing on it. Yeah, right. Whereas Saturn's got everything you need on there. Maybe not a lot of plant life yet, but that's easy to propagate. But nothing would survive on Mars. It'd have to have domes that are, domed off to the actual atmosphere. But if you fix Saturn, that would improve Earth, and then it could save Mars. You could actually effectively change the structure of the actual solar system into a creative power that you could influence the sun even. And people don't think that way. The superpower is useful. They think it's destructive and violent. And the superpower is here to save the world. It's here to give the world power and energy, and to actually change the structure of the universe into something that we can really enjoy. Not just think, oh, it's here to fight and blow up shit and destroy things. And what's Superman saving? He's destroyed the world to save the world from what? He could just sit down and talk to General Zod or whatever, and come to an agreement. There's people. So I think the attitude of Hollywood is to fight and blow up shit and then ask questions later. Is just, it's that whole gung-ho sort of cowboys Indians crap, isn't it? Again, whereas Australians are more, Banjo Patterson, beauty of the world, poetry, song of the pen sort of. I suppose we grew up with that attitude, sitting around a campfire telling stories. That's our life. They're over there shooting each other to get ahead, gang banging and all this sort of crap. I don't enjoy that at all, that sort of culture. It's just mindless sort of shit to me. Some of the music comes out, it's all right, some of the movies, but in the end it's just violence. And it's like, why are you violent? What's the purpose of it? To be tough? Look how small you are. Tree falls on you, you're dead. You're not tough. It's like, anyway, I think superpower is about beauty and love, and it's about creativity. It's not about violence at all. It's about strength to catch meteors. It's about moving the world, the solar system, in a different direction. That's the strength, is creativity and enlightenment, and power of love and energy, and it's not destructive. The superpower is a creative force of God almost within, that's become more powerful than God. It's beyond good. It's super. So it's not just good anymore. It's turning evil into magic. It's creating heaven on earth. That's what the superpower is here to do. That's what I believe I have within me. That attitude, that energy, that life. I profess it everywhere I go. Everywhere I can. It's hard. It's hard for me on my own. If I was married, it would be very easy to influence the world in the way I want, to make it more beautiful, more exciting. Because I'm missing half my other half that opens my heart, like the key to my heart to actually. So it's a very slow, grueling process to actually influence the world the way I want it around me. Beautiful and loving and caring, and very hard to do that on your own when you're just almost caring for the elements and the people around you, sort of platonically, in a friendly way. You need more than that. You need romance and children and love and events and celebrations. And the world should be celebrating my marriage, to bring Jesus back to earth. And I'm kind of the evangel here to get married, to reintroduce Jesus safely and peacefully to the earth. He's still up in heaven away from here. He doesn't want to come back till it's all perfect. So, I saved him and set him up there. So I don't want him back till the earth's perfect again. So probably might never happen with the attitude of people, but he's gone through such a horrible process of destruction over the centuries that he doesn't want to come back here, the way it is, the attitudes towards me, saying the stuff I said about Christ and religion and God, and the things I discovered within myself was always there. I just didn't place importance on it because I was a child. So as you get older, you see that these things have relevance. The world isn't just like I grew up just bush bashing, camping, getting down the street, buying lollies, chips and fish and chips, and going to school and getting around on my bike. And then you start questioning, oh, what's going to happen when I die? It's like, oh, that's it. That's all life purpose is. That's all it is. Just going to school, getting work, dying. Oh, that's it. And then I started thinking, oh, I went through this whole process, self-discovery, to sort of understand enlightenment and spirituality, and it was kind of my decision, but I was kind of coerced into it. But sometimes that happens, you don't always do the right thing by yourself. It was horrific for me, but cathartic and scary, and but sometimes life is that way. Some people get through adversity and like war or whatever, famine, whatever they might get through, and they get through the other side and they turn into a beautiful person. And I did that, but I wasn't well embraced by the others coming back to sort of, wherever. But I suppose I had a few old friends that didn't really want to hang around, so we'll keep in touch. And it's funny that this age of communication that you can't just keep in touch with old friends, and they didn't really want to know me after all that. But I don't know why. I'm a wealth of information and love and humanity within me. So I do believe I'm actually greater than Christ or Jesus. Like I'm a tree of life. I've become a tree of life, and Jesus is like a little cherubim under my tree now, just wandering around up in heaven. That's what I feel like, a mighty tree, like tree of life. That rave, I glimpsed for a second. It was about a second. I saw who I was, the creator above, watching over the world. And my life made sense in a way, but it terrified me because my internal workings learnt too much too suddenly. So I had to slowly unravel it all. And it's just sad it wasn't embraced online when I was telling people about it, who I was and what I discovered, that I'm the creator above, watching over the earth. And I do I intervene sometimes when I think, the world needs a bit of help. But most of the time I'm just now at peace. I'm just watching. Just waiting to find someone else who wants to enjoy heaven with me. Heaven's here on earth. It's not somewhere else. It's here on earth, right here. And you can enjoy that. And then, bring the creator back closer to earth. And then, hopefully the world would be heaven on earth. And maybe we could see Jesus again, just wandering around, healing people with his love and being embraced instead of hated and crucified, for being a loving person, He took on the whole world of sin, all that violence of the past. He took it all on himself. So, and he brought compassion to the world because we thought, what have we done? We've killed this person, this poor man, for saying he's a son of God. Or, that's what really drilled home to me, that the world we're living in today is here because of him, because without him it would have been destroyed. He's gave his life to actually teach us compassion, and that brought medicine and brought nursing and healing. And before that, they didn't care. They just threw people out, just chopped their heads off. After that, we learnt medicine and healing and caring, and other people came along, like what's her name? I can't think of her name. Mother Teresa, people like that walk in Christ's shadow, or footsteps, I should say. And, from his teaching, lead on to help others, all through the war years. And we blame Jesus, but he was the cure. He was the, and it should have always been him getting married should have been the better cure, not being killed, because that's a bad sacrifice. That's martyrdom, which is not good. Instead of martyrdom, you need worship instead. So worshipping someone being married with seeing their kids and seeing everything that they are, whereas we saw everything he wasn't. He wasn't about murder and martyrdom. He's about love. So it's just sad. Maybe I'm him reincarnated, but I believe he's been recreated up in heaven. His spirit rebirthed him in heaven, and maybe I'm of the same spirit. But I think I've outgrown him. He seems smaller to me. I seem like a bigger tree now, the tree of life, and he's this little cherub, and he just doesn't want to be big. He's all about. I'm more like want to be Superman, Spider-Man, the greatest, the hero. I want to sort of aim to that sort of heights. I want people to join me and follow me through evolution and become all they want to be. And I'm all about people being the best they can be. So when I see people like Elon Musk sort of committing crime and stealing and saying, "Oh no, it's all right, it's technology, it's the way it is," it's like, why don't they just do the right thing and pay people fairly for what they're taking? Instead of creating these platforms to steal all their work, to create this stuff, because in the end they're going to get it back and resent it and end up smashing it. And it'll be frustrating, like all these Telstra platforms or Centrelink that you try and get through on the phone, you can't, you end up smashing your phone, and it's frustrating. It's created through illegality. It's almost a scam, really. You're scamming the public. That's what I don't like about computers. They're set up to favor Excuse me. They're set up to favor scammers. Anyway, I just want to get married and bring my kids into the world. That's why I want 100 Barbie wives. I think Christ should have that many to bring all these good children into the world, because mine are beautiful. A lot of them were famous characters, and they're all there waiting away. They'll be there till they're born. So my little soul heaven place where they go to stay. Other people, just don't care. They wipe out their little heaven and give up, but I don't give up. I just keep striving on for my kids to be born and bring them into the world that I want them to live in and enjoy. And I think it's getting better. It's slowly getting better. One day there'll be peace in the Middle East, and I think hopefully they'll regrow all those deserts. Try and turn them back into lush rainforest. And there would have been that at one stage, all along the equator would have been rainforest. Now it's all desert. That's the reason the ice caps are melting, is because we're wiping out all the trees. Without the rainforest, the atmosphere heats up. There's not enough dense moisture in the air, and that's what's killing off the rainforest. It's not human beings really. It is, because we're killing off the rainforest, but it's not so much motor vehicles or industry or pollution, because the trees are what suck that up. They thrive on all that stuff. They're designed to take our waste. They suck it out of the soil and out of the air, and they love it. They thrive on the carbon. That's what they're grown from, carbon. So when we're chucking out dioxide and monoxide and all this stuff, trees and plant life suck all that up. It's designed to, like a lung, and to suck out all the impurities of the air. Trees, well, there's just not enough of them. And the reason there isn't is because the people that do that work are not earning a living. They're dying of drug abuse and all this other stuff, because we're not getting that government payment. We're not getting the money to live on. We're not supporting people to do the work to create the world that we want. And we're watching it die, and the politicians are sitting there going, "Oh well, it doesn't matter. We die anyway, and God will save us, and we'll go to heaven, and we can do what we want and we'll go to heaven. God will forgive us no matter what we do, which is bullshit. You have to make up for the damage that you do to create heaven on earth. There's no other place for, you can't just go to heaven if you're an asshole and you do damage on earth. You've got to be a good person to understand that, you don't just go to heaven if you've done a whole lot of bad stuff to people. You've got to be heavenly to go to heaven. If you're not heavenly, you won't go there. So it's like anything. If you're not of the same properties, you're not going to exist there, are you? You've got to be of those heavenly properties. And a lot of these people are not heavenly. They're almost demonic the way they think. They can do anything to people, and it doesn't matter. I'm not saying they're all like that, but some are that sit up there on their high mighty little chairs thinking they're greater than God themselves, and they're all about pushing people down and not being the best they can be. And you got to let the world flourish. You got to feed people to help them grow. You're cutting them back. And what's happening is they're sitting there eating all day with no purpose and getting fat, and you're not feeding them the things they need to thrive. It's like giving a plant the wrong the wrong fertilizer and it's dying. You've got to feed it the right properties and have the right people around it to make it grow the right way. And people saying, oh, that's all nicey. You got to waste yourself off on drugs and alcohol and cigarettes, and that's cool, man. Yeah, fuck ourselves over. That's cool. We can be tough and rough, and yeah, that's one way. Or you can be the other way and become something beautiful, like an angel, or some beautiful, creative sort of beautiful creation of the world that's absolutely loved and worshipped and adored. What wouldn't be better than that? I think that's just, why be a mean, tough asshole that's just ugly and stupid, and why be like that? Why can't you be something that's absolutely empowered and beautiful, like Superman or something, or some hero? Or I think that's just the right way to think, is to save the world from ignorance, rather than be ignorant and watch the world die. Anyway, I'll end on that note. Superman. I think it's cool. I don't see why you can't aim high. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. What's the harm done, But if you don't aim too low and you cause harm and everything dies and there's no purpose, why exist at all? See? It's so I can look so beautiful on camera. My lovely hair. Anyway, I got to get to fucking school. What am I doing?